Greetings. This is Amenti the Awakener, Amenti the Oracle, and this is my Ascension update for March into April 2021. I want to send much love out to each and every one of you. Love of the highest vibration at this time. For the last few months have definitely been challenging for many, and there has been a major shift in the collective consciousness of the planet. We have walked through the dark night of the soul, and in many ways the earth is still purging, and we as a collective consciousness are also destabilizing, deconstructing and breaking down old experiences, old paradigms, and starting to rebuild a new level of conscious awareness, experience, expansion and growth. Many of you have reached out to me over the past months, confused and sidelined by a lot of the recent events that have taken place, politically and also spiritually, globally on the planet. During last year, as we began to move into this pandemic experience, one of the main messages that I channeled and shared was for each person to remain in a space of integrity with their own purpose, with their own inner truth, with their own divine source light consciousness. Many have been looking outside of themselves for signs, for saviors, for guides, and in return have had to learn the lesson of discernment, to learn to trust in our own inner light, inner guidance, inner wisdom, and to choose to strengthen the connection to the divine within us, as opposed to focusing on and hanging on to the words of those outside of ourselves. This has all been necessary for our growth, evolution and development. For this ascension process is more than just about expanding, but it's also about receiving more of your soul light. It is about ascending and raising your frequency, vibration, awareness and level of consciousness in order to bring in more of your soul light, your source intelligence, divine intelligence and infinite spirit. This collective shift that we are moving through is an opportunity for us to expand into higher octaves and levels of consciousness, experience. And in order to do so, we have to shift on all levels: cellular, mental, emotional, collective, and planetary. And so in order for this to take place, we have been tested and challenged in many ways in order to challenge old paradigms, old thought forms, old experiences in favor of creating new ones, more in aligned and more vibrationally matched with who it is that we are becoming as we experience and embody this higher octave of spiritual consciousness and human development and evolution. There has been much energetic assistance for us all as we come very slowly out of the chrysalis stage of our transformation. In previous videos, I have mentioned that this current ascension corridor that we are in is a 12-year process of recalibrating and restructuring and adjusting to a new paradigm. We are at the beginning stages of that process, and as with any birth, the beginning stages are sometimes the most challenging. Please know that everything that you have been experiencing up until now has all been helping to prepare you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and genetically for the expansion in human consciousness that is taking place. We have had to understand and make a decision about what is precious in our human life. We have had to look at the way that our society is organized, the hidden facets that maintain an unhealthy structure that keep us divided as humans and disconnected from our true divine source. Energetically, the planet has been going through many shifts, with many different bouts of erratic weather. This is all part of shifting the geometric structure of the planet. The ley lines, the earth grid, all being activated and purged of old paradigms, thought forms, imprints and implants. This shift that we are currently going through is a multi-dimensional one. And so at different times, we will be called to bring our attention to different aspects of our community, our culture, our being that no longer serve us and are no longer in vibrational match to the new earth that we are creating. The real programming takes place within. And as we seek to destabilize old structures, thought forms and paradigms within ourselves and create a new perception of what it means to be human and how it is that we choose to harmonize and live our lives, we now become the blueprint for the new earth. We now start to collectively construct our way of being, a way of being that will foster and support our spiritual evolution and holistic development. So please note that many things that are taking place on this planet right now within ourselves and externally is about helping to facilitate that shift. I send love and healing vibrations to all those who have suffered any sort of loss over this period of time, and also those who will experience loss in the future to come. There is a karmic energetic sweep taking place on the planet, and as we move from one cycle to another, there are many souls whose light is required in other dimensions. There are souls whose bodies and mindset are not primed or a vibrational match for the new paradigms in which we are creating. And so those souls have chosen on a soul level to leave their bodies now in the hope that once we shift the collective vibration of the planet and our consciousness, they can regain bodies and be reborn and have a better chance at completing their soul purpose and soul mission. There are ones, powerful ones, who have also chosen to transition at this time, for their light is needed in higher realms and their soul contracts call for this, but also because as those sacred ones leave this realm, we are reminded through their transitioning of the power of love, of light, of joy, of experience, of expansion, of humanity. Take the time to grieve, but do not hold on to the past. Do not hold on to the idea or illusion of separation, for we are all truly one at our core. And as we raise our vibration collectively, the veils between life and death shall be thin, and so therefore our understanding of this will also expand and grow. We will be more connected to those hidden realms and able to tap into the consciousness of those who once lived more easily, so that we can receive any information or insight that is for our development and for our good. Now, I must speak to you about what is currently happening on the world stage, especially in the UK. There is a lot going on in and on the planet, and at present the UK is being cleansed, purified and activated as we speak. The underbelly of British culture is being revealed through the media and through the collective cultural consciousness. What we are being shown right now is ancient archaic structures that have previously been unseen and unchallenged, which have been responsible for creating suppression, separation, domination of humans on this planet, and also fostering a system of elitism. London, especially, is a very powerful energetic system on this planet. London herself is what is known as the Earth Star Chakra of the planet. The Earth Star represents the grounding point of our energetic frequency on this earth. We all have a personal Earth Star Chakra in our 12th dimensional chakra system, which is placed about 20 to 30 centimeters below our feet. This Earth Star Chakra holds all of our ancestral codes, information, and DNA, but is also responsible for maintaining our energetic structure and connection to the Christ consciousness grid or energetic ley lines of the planet. London is also known as the Earth Star Chakra. Number one, because it holds that frequency of that ancestral knowledge and power, but also because of the way that the ley lines are placed in the UK and especially in London, it forms a Earth star. There are many different portals and gridways and stargates on this planet, and London is a very powerful stargate, along with Rome, the Vatican, and also DC, Washington. And these three stargates combined have been a portal holding and maintaining ancient, archaic, and satanic frequencies on this planet. As we are going through this destabilization of the old and rebuilding of new planetary structures, the planetary structures and ley lines within those stargate spaces will also be going through a shift and upgrade. You will find that there will be extreme weather in these places as these new codes are awakened and amplified, and also there may be a lot of conflict in the political and monarchy systems in these places, for they represent the old establishment. They represent the old archaic and patriotic systems that have been a part of humanity's foundation for the past 2,000 years and beyond. We are now moving out of those vibrational spaces, those vibrational constructs and mindsets as a collective. And so there must be a shift of power and a deconstruction of the old paradigms in these sacred spaces, in these stargates. And London is a very powerful stargate, for it holds the monarchy, it holds the firm, it also holds a lot of sacred societies or secret society energies, and a lot of the power here has been harnessed. A lot of the artifacts from the world are also stored in London, and it is the financial epicenter of the world. This is due to the stargate that is located here and the power that it draws along the Earth's lines. The Earth Star Chakra of London is also seen by some as the New Jerusalem, the foundation for the new world created by the elite. So as you can see, there is a lot of energy and old establishments that are founded and based in London, the UK. We are currently seeing on the global stage a revelation of what is taking place in the monarchy, with some of the newest members sharing their experience about what they have gone through. This is to help us all to see what has been taking place in the underbelly, but also we must exercise some caution and not allow it to allow us to move into a space of division and angst. we must be mindful of manipulative energy at play and see the experience for what it is, a revelation of some of the old paradigms and ways that are no longer a vibrational match for us as a collective. It is no coincidence that we are seeing a lot of these changes and shifts and revelations taking place this month. At the weekend of the 13th and 14th of March, we are entering into the new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about freedom, breaking down old structures, and is all about humanity, fairness, justice, a collective vision and coming together as one. Aquarius is governed by Uranus, but was also originally governed by Saturn. Saturn represents the old patriarchal structures. And so this new moon is showing us that those old patriarchal structures are no longer a vibrational match for the collective consciousness and the ascended mindset of the planet. We are moving towards a vibration of oneness and unity as we move into the age of Aquarius. And so therefore this new moon brings deep cellular healing and triggers the destabilization of all of these old archaic structures. The divine feminine energy is very strong on the planet now, and March brings us to the Spring Equinox, which is usually the time of the new year in nature and the time of new birth, the time of the birth of the goddess and feminine energy. And so we are feeling that coming across quite strongly, with many powerful women speaking forth, stepping forth for change, for humanity. And we will start to see more of this taking place. We will also start to see more of the divine masculine energy coming online, with men speaking up about their experiences, tapping into their divine feminine essence and sharing from a place of heart and truth. This is all part of helping us as a collective to start to work through embodying the codes of wholeness and oneness, divine masculine and divine feminine energies working in harmony through our divine being and in our society. This is a time of great collective activation for all of humanity, and you will notice many revelations taking place. There is a feeling of awakening and jubilance that is seeping through a lot of the darkness and heaviness that we have been feeling over the last few months. We are being encouraged to take time and really sit and connect with our being and our heart and our truth. Many are questioning when things will go back to normal, and you are being asked now to really think about creating a new normal. What have you learnt over this lockdown period? What can you change? What changes can you make to your life to help you to live a life that's more in balance and in harmony rather than in destruction or chaos? How can you create a reality for yourself based on integrity, doing what you love, being happy, service to self and service to others, trusting in your divine wisdom, your vision, and your divine intelligence? These are the questions that we need to be asking ourselves at this time. What new reality are we creating? What new paradigms are we creating together? And what reality do we choose to exist in? We are literally creating the new structure for the new earth as we speak, and with every action, every thought, and every deed. Every shift that we take into bringing ourselves into a vibrational alignment with that which we want to see, we are each individually facilitating the collective ascension. This is not the time to be looking for signs outside of yourself or those outside of yourself to save you. For this is truly the time of awakening the Messiah within, awakening the divine intelligence within, and you will be challenged and tested into doing so, into that expansion. Understand that expansion brings uncomfortability as you no longer fit, match, or align with the old idea of self, the old perception of reality, and the old paradigms. The equinox weekend will be very powerful as a divine feminine energy anchors fully onto the earth as we move through another ascension wave. The energy on the planet is very high, and you may find yourself shifting moods from being grounded and joyful to being excited or frustrated, angry, tired, and even disconnected. At times you may question your connection to Source, and you may question what is really true for you. Do not have any fear or be worried. Even if your old way of connecting to Source no longer works for you. This is because new codes are being activated within you. New ways of thinking, being, are being activated within you. And all experiences are helping you to shift from thinking mind to knowing mind and feeling body. And in order for this to take place, one must be tested so that they learn to trust and listen to the divine intelligence within and recognize who it is that you truly are. The earth is a school, and as she expands, we expand with her. This ascension is about us activating and upgrading in our consciousness, and it starts within. Our DNA is very much connected to the DNA of the planet. So as she shifts, we are also shifting. Many of us are going through DNA activations, and this is helping to rewire our mind, body, and spirit to experience more of our higher level consciousness and higher level senses. Spend time and energy grounding and nurturing and nourishing yourself. It is very important that you allow yourself to experience and be aware of any old paradigms that are coming up inside of you to be released. Hold on to nothing, for you cannot taste new water in a dirty glass. It is time to throw out the old water, be filled with new water to embrace this new paradigm that we are now giving birth to. The earth is upgrading, and so is our energy field. So just be aware to take time with yourself. Surround yourself with plants. Chanting and toning is very good for helping to balance out the vibrational frequencies within the body. Spend time creating, doing things that you love, and listening to the voice within. There is deep cellular healing taking place on the planet right now, bringing up things, experiences, ways of being that have been at the core of humanity's existence for some time. In order for the change to really be felt, these deep wounds have to be brought to the surface so that we can truly see them and heal them. So as the planet is going through this shift, learn to listen to your inner stirrings. You can use your meditation to help assist the planet as she goes through this vibratory shift. The Earth Star is governed by Archangel Sandalphon and also Archangel Metatron, Archangel Metatron is responsible for all of the energetic shifts and planetary structures, the Christ conscious grid and the ley lines. So focusing on sending light into the ley lines of the planet and also into your own energetic field will be beneficial at this time. Spending time also connecting to your own Earth Star chakra, 20 to 30 centimeters below your feet, and it's either black and gold to begin with, or silver if you've been working with this chakra for some time. You can connect to source, and through your meditation draw down a beam of golden light that goes through your body and also expands around you, and anchor that light into your Earth Star chakra. Spend a few moments doing this a day, and you will strengthen your connection to the Earth's vibrational field. You can also visualize London and many of the other stargates on the planet, and send violet flame and silver flame light to cleanse and purify these old archaic structures and paradigms which are being broken down. You can also use the violet and silver flame for your own energy field clearing any cords or attachments to things that are taking place in the media. Allowing yourself to be surrounded by a bubble of light helps you to observe, to see, to be in this world but not of it. Your time and your energy is valuable, and whatever you pay attention to will pay you back. So be conscious about how you spend your time and how much energy you give to things outside of yourself at this time. If it drains you, let it go, and honor your inner rhythms, honor your inner guidance. Your purpose at this time is simply to be, to do what makes you happy, to be of service to others, to think about how you can live a better and more holistic life, honoring the truth of who you are, living your purpose, living in abundance, and serving humanity. Take it easy with yourself as we birth this new paradigm and these new versions of ourselves. For the mother knows that birth is not easy. Yet once you make it through that ring of fire, a new life is born. Your heart is filled with joy, and you are required to learn once more how to nurture the new. So I send you love of the highest vibration. If there is anything that you would like me to ask or channel, please do email me at Amenti the Awakener official @gmail.com, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. We give thanks to the Arcturian forces that are working through us at this particular time, aiding us in this deep cellular healing and activation that is taking place. Sending you all much love of the highest vibration and leaving you with the tone and frequency of peace. Amen Ra. This is Amenti the Awakener, sending you much, much love.